celebrating 3 years of bringing you the very best in LGBT talk programming. This is
Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's The Show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Oh my heavens, it's a little after 7. Good evening, it's a Tuesday night. You are live in studio with Clayton McKee. That's me, it's The Show, it's Q Talk America. Thank you for being with us. We are with you each and every Tuesday night, 7 to 10 Phoenix time. Thank you for joining along, listening in either the podcast, watching us on our video podcast, or joining us in the chat room. So hello to Tupper, who's already in the chat room. Thank you for tagging along. Also, I want to check and see who is listening beyond the Arizona area. We've got the United Kingdom, 4 people in the United States, and Kuwait listening. So hello to all of you around the world and all the ships at sea. Again, it's the show.
Welcome back, Kuwait. This is like 5 or 6 weeks at least.
They keep popping in, but what I keep hoping for is somebody will pop into the chat room, because clearly they've got internet because they're listening to us. Pop into the chat room, let us know who you are, why you're listening, what you got going on.
You keep begging them, and so you got to ignore them.
I got nothing.
That's really what you have to do.
Postcards, travel logs,
anything.
What we do when we go visit.
If it's anonymity, I get it, but make some shit up.
Yes.
Witness protection program.
We'll figure it out. We are in studio every week. We've always got Al Perkins, Marnie Ryer, and typically with us is our fourth wheel, Katie June, who is out of town this week. Filling in for her is the one and only, her little sister, Morgan June is with us. Wave, there's a camera, Morgan. Wave up there.
Hi, everybody.
That's Morgan. We figured what better way to fill in for Katie within a little bit of Katie.
Wow.
At some point, Palmer will probably come in and fill in for Katie.
Well, we hear she knows her alphabet for the therapist.
Better than Katie.
Only in Nantucket.
Unintentional bigotry. Only in Nantucket. I'd also like to give a shout out, if I could, a couple things. One, my mom and my aunt are watching again at my mom's home up in North Phoenix. Hi, guys.
I heard
she hasn't run away yet from the Tuesday night.
Well, no, she hasn't. No, it's a bottle of wine and a recliner. She's happy.
There you go. Yeah, they'd capture me too.
It's happiness.
Yeah.
My aunt goes back to Tulsa tomorrow, tomorrow morning. She flies back out to Tulsa, so that will be the end of a nice vacation for my mom and for Susie as they return back to their working lives are.
Yes.
And without singing Happy Birthday because we can't afford it,
I heard.
I would like to give a shout out to because I know he's listening. Fucktard. Today is George Michael's 50th birthday.
Happy birthday, sir or ma'am.
Or ma'am.
However you self-identify.
Whatever intoxication level you may be in or stoned.
Or driving into a telephone pole.
Yes, I hear he's writing a new album is what I understand. So.
At least it was consensual.
Yes.
Anytime I hear his name now, that's all I'm going to say.
It's consensual, sir.
I'm going to stick with George Michael. At least it was consensual.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Arrested!
Back in jail again.
Damn it.
Welcome to Hollywood. Lovely bathroom.
Yes, the Will Rogers Park right across from the Beverly. What's it called? Not the Beverly Hilton. It's
Beverly
the
Wilshire?
No.
I was making shit up.
It's where the Golden Globes are. That park right there, isn't it?
No. It's a much older Beverly Hills hotel. It's a single level. It's an old 1950s, 40s, 50s hotel.
Oh, okay.
We'll Google Will Rogers Park. I'll tell you what it is in a minute.
I can do that right now.
Well, I'm sure you can. You have the ability.
Although Google today has some kind of trap involved.
What's that mean?
If you hit the page too early before it loads, you get stuck learning about whoever they're fucking celebrating with the diddles, the doodles, the choodles.
Corn choodles.
Corn choodles. Homage to Buddy.
I saw him this weekend, and he was
he?
asking. Well, you know what was interesting was I was standing at and Morgan. If anything you don't understand, like 10 minutes ago when you asked me who George Michael was, if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt, ring a bell, scream and yell.
It happens. The cool points are that she's just, if we look over, short of the blonde. But she's going to have the same look on her face as Katie.
Kind of.
Because Katie really doesn't know half the people
said
either.
everything.
Right. And that's why the fact that he's Googling right now is hysterical. Because usually he's like, get on that.
Yeah, and Katie Googles all of it. So I was at Charlie's, I forget, Sunday night, whatever night it was, and a gentleman I don't know, and I hope if you're listening, I'm sorry, I don't know names. He just came up at random, and as I was talking to Buddy and grabbed me and said, sorry for interrupting. I just wanted you to know that I read the article on Ion, and I listen to you guys every week, and and you are so funny, and I really enjoyed the show. And then I introduced him to Buddy, and I said, well, Buddy used to be on the show with this, da-da-da-da. And then he walked away, and Buddy looked at me, and he goes, does that happen a lot? I'm like, actually, yeah, that happens quite a bit. I get people all the time. We find they listen to us, and it's very cool and very fun. That's why, Morgan, I was telling you, I want to tag you in these posts so people can find the show and find you and stalk you, because that's what people do.
Yes. Today was the first time that I checked into something.
Microphone. Right.
Today was the first time that I checked into something on Facebook.
I'm surprised
How
at
fun
that.
is that?
I know.
Never before.
I know.
Now, forgive me. Now, how old are you, my dear?
23.
Okay, 23, and
I've only done it twice. You're only one behind me. You're almost ready to catch up.
Yeah, but the difference is you have age and paranoia going for you and smarter choices, and she is 23, and usually they tag on everything.
I went to the
and
bathroom.
I really had
No
paranoia.
offense, but I mean, like, seriously, I'm like,
No,
what?
I know.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
I know.
every 2 minutes, somewhere new.
Right.
I know. I don't get Foursquare. I don't understand.
I don't get that at
I
all.
don't know what it is.
Yeah. I just have no desire to, when I get somewhere, to pull out my phone and start taking notes on it.
Exactly.
I don't mind, like, if we're sitting there for a minute to, because that way it gives a shout out to a restaurant or, wherever we might be at. Of course,
I'll do that later if I find out I liked it.
the shit out of it if I don't like the place, but,
Or be like Joel Ratner now, who's discovered, what's the food thing that everybody goes on?
I don't know. There's a food, like a website thing?
Yeah, it's a food website where you review restaurants.
Yelp?
Okay.
Oh,
my God.
Yelp.
And
You
he's
can do
mad at
everything.
everybody because they like restaurants and he doesn't. Joel likes nothing. So I'm always like, you've never been a happy person. Never a contented soul in any way, shape, or form.
So you have no reason to be commenting on anything.
I know. So why do people like this shit? He doesn't smoke anymore, but it would have been the
If he did.
Also,
According
I
to this
thought-
map that I've blown up to, like, now I'm sitting in the polo fields. It's just across from the polo field. So it's not the park. No wonder I spend all that time alone in that bathroom, because the park that I think it is, not there.
No, because I actually went to the
Was
park.
that a door I heard?
I went to the.
Is someone here?
My
Echo.
my first
Been
time.
tapping my foot like I'm ready to do a Sammy Davis Jr. number, for the love of
I
fuck.
have a wide stance. I'm sorry. I went to that park about a month or so after George got arrested with my friend Dan Gore, who was the other George Michael impersonator in L.A. And we went to the park and took pictures in the very stall, in the very bathroom that he was in. And our hope was that we would actually get arrested because he was banned from the park. So we thought that somebody, like back in the day, it would have been like somebody like a TMZ would have popped us, and we would have got some sort of a media. That never happened. Never fucking happened.
But it could.
Well, that really is where Sunset goes into the hills. So.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it goes
Is it
right
anywhere near La Cienega?
No, it's a little bit west of there.
I wish I knew my sense of direction, but I'm thinking it's a little west.
It is a lot west of La Cienega, because La Cienega is in the very eastern side of West Hollywood, right in the throes of all that.
I just think that's.
Well, this looks. I mean, it's by the polo field, so I guess.
I can't, but there's a hotel across the way, and I thought it was pink, and it was the Beverly something Beverly Hills something. I forget what the fuck it is, but anyway, that was where it was. It's all good. Oh, heaven's sakes alive. Well, it's 9 after 7. We're into our 3-hour show on a Tuesday night. And typically what we do, Morgan...
I love that that's what we talk about his career, is where he got arrested.
Yeah.
Like, not the Grammys.
Not the fantastic music career that he's had and all that stuff.
Yeah, the whole objections from the Soul Train Awards.
I actually pulled...
what's the award show? The
Soul Train.
No, it's the American Music Awards, because he was nominated and won in Best R&B Male.
R&B Male, and he's a white...
it was a big deal because it was a white guy that won.
Right.
So everybody was up in arms because he won that award, and then he was mad, but he had the rare privilege of having 4 or 5, just so we can up his image a little bit.
Okay.
He had 4 or 5 singles off one album, which not very...
Faith, he had so many singles off of Faith.
So many singles that he was nominated for in one album of the year, which is really the Grammys' big deal. I mean, now there's 18 albums of the year. They do subcategories of everything.
Right.
But at the time, that was the big winner, and he won the most coveted award of the night, but pissed and moaned because he wasn't nominated in any record or song of the year things, and got the nickname the Diva immediately for you just won the biggest award.
Shut
the fuck up.
Right.
So go with it. And so little bit of theatrics.
Yes.
And this is back when he was straight.
Right,
And
sure.
dating supermodel. Well, the supermodel part was the dating was fake. I'll put my fingers down for the supermodel.
She was actually a supermodel. Just they were having a snuggle struggle to try to figure out how to get away from the whole thing. I'm pretty sure.
And then the Pet Shop Boys, because they just couldn't stand him, so they wrote that song "Bet She's Not Your Girlfriend" because they just hated him being in the closet and trying to be a single. Oh yeah.
Okay, now I have to look at that because I did not know that.
Funny.
Oh, it's called "Bet She's Not Your Girl." Oh yeah, they were all over him. They couldn't stand him.
That's very funny.
I'm going to write that down and look that up.
She's not your girlfriend?
I bet she's not.
Yeah. Oh, and that whole Club Tropicana video where they're trying to be pilots, and then Pepsi and Shirley were in the video, the four of them, and they made it look like they were at some. The song was about making fun of some little shishy little club in London somewhere, and they called it Club Tropicana. And then the video, George and Andrew originally are supposed to be pilots, and then the stewardesses on the plane, they all wind up at this resort like for a layover for the return flight. Yeah. Stupid stage. They're all like chasing the girls on the beach and shit. Like,
I bet I thought Andrew originally was way hotter than George. I always thought he was so cute.
Beautiful, had longer hair. He was cute. And then after
it was just
Wham,
weird though because everybody kind of went crazy about obviously, but I mean about George Michael.
Right, and then he
was like forgotten.
He didn't have the talent was very different because he released a solo album called Son of Albert after Wham broke up in '86. It was probably '87 when the album came out. Just fell flat on its face.
Oh, and I study, like I'm such a savant. Like I literally read every word of the liner notes on an album.
Right.
Like, and I get so mad. That's why I won't like get an album online because I want the album in my hands and I want a day with my coffee and read every musician's name and who we're thanking. And Tim and I used to laugh that Andrew Ridgeley does the hand claps on one song and is not credited. Doesn't play guitar, doesn't even not even a tambourine. Like at least give him the Stevie Nicks.
Tambourine by Stevie Nicks.
I was there that day. She did something. Like I tapped a pencil tap. He gets hand claps on one song. Like he's not a background vocalist. He doesn't play the guitar.
I don't know.
I think it was Wham Rap.
Oh,
something with hand claps.
First album, 83.
But it just made me laugh because I'm like, well, how much of a career is he going to have solo when he doesn't? He's not credited with one.
Then he went into a race car gig for a while and wrecked a car and went bald and there's all that.
And it's the Beverly Hills Hotel and Bungalows.
Bingo! There you go. Beverly Hills Hotel.
Not really.
And bungalows.
Oh, okay.
And bungalows.
Okay.
Not racist.
Isn't that where Whitney died?
No, she
died
Beverly Hills Hotel.
But she died at the one where they have the it's like the Merv Griffin.
Right.
It's the Beverly Hills Hilton, and it's where they have the telethon is there. The Golden Globes are there. Like they have the
well, that's where wasn't that where the Grammys were, or not the Grammys?
No.
What was that night?
It's Clive
Davis's party. Right.
Grammy party was there.
Yes. Sure. Oh, well, there's a lot of stuff we've just caught up on. Very exciting.
How are you feeling over there?
I mean,
how are you?
Googled George Michael.
Yeah.
That's about as far as I got. and he's attractive in his younger pictures.
Damning with faint praise. Oh, you were cute when you were younger.
Oh, aren't they all?
That's fantastic.
Actually, that's kind of like a double insult.
Really
you're not cute now, and you're old. That's good. That's well played.
So now,
let's hope he's not listening.
I'm pretty. Well, I'm sure he's not. He's probably stoned somewhere.
There's still bathrooms open in London.
Now,
who knows what they play in those things?
Now, Morgan, I would venture to guess that you probably do know a couple of the songs based on if you hear them. Maybe not by name, but I'm gonna guess like "Wake Me Up Before." Like if you think of '80s, "Wake Me Up Before You Go." Would be one. Careless Whisper is another one.
Oh my God, this is fantastic.
Yeah,
this is like a whole new fucking world.
But I'm gonna bet. But
Jesus, you don't know.
I'm gonna bet because your sister probably played some of these. I would venture to guess that you know by just hearing it. Oh my
she's
God,
not old enough.
No, that's the thing.
No, but I'm sure she did. I'm sure somewhere along the way.
But she's not.
Let's let this dream.
I really want to hurt your feelings on this one.
This is blowing me away.
It would have to be her parents because
could be your parents. How old are your parents?
50 and like 48. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, they're so much older than that. I don't know why I just said that. Oh my God, no. They're like 60 and 58.
All right.
Yeah.
She's like, they're like 51 and 49.
Well, welcome back to the studio, Morgan. Yeah.
Wow.
No, I mean, I was a teenager when he was big, like genuine, like really a teenager.
Right. And I was on the very beginning of teenagers.
Katie's quite a bit younger than me, which puts her just learning to walk.
Yeah.
I'm still going to go with, I bet if you heard a song, you might recognize it. But that's all. I'm going to leave it at that.
Let me tell you is that I don't really know who Melissa Etheridge is either. And yeah. And my
damn.
I know. And my boss at work was talking about it in the car one day. And I was like kind of playing along with it. And like, she's like, oh my God, she's my favorite. And all of a sudden I was like, you know what? Who is that? And she was
I
just
applaud
like,
you for asking.
Yeah.
My gosh. She
Is the
played her song.
Is she a lesbian?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm surprised she didn't
Kathy
crash
Young,
the car.
Shout out if you're
Undo
listening.
your seatbelt and drive into a wall.
Whoopsie.
Wow.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
She's the lesbian Elvis. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
So now, you know who Elvis is? Well, I'm just clearing all bases here.
It's really a good. It's a fair question.
I don't know how he died, but maybe neither does anybody.
Heart attack bathroom.
Yeah.
That's
or
pretty much
prescription pills.
Peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. What is that? Peanut butter bacon. Same thing.
all the above. Right.
What's the difference?
Do you know who Judy Garland is?
I know the name.
Okay.
Is she from The Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Very
Good
good.
on that one.
Wow. Well, welcome to Q Talk Daycare. This is.
I think it's fantastic that we have like such a range in age. I mean, like us, and then Morgan,
right.
And then me.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Well, 2 ages.
And then she.
Right.
Well, it's.
But it's such a great perspective.
But the funny thing is someone stopped me at Copper Star, who's God bless you, sir or ma'am, whatever your name was.
Thank you.
But he
God
was
bless you
talking
if you're
about an
listening.
episode, and I'm like, I don't know. And it was the one that I showed up and drunk. I found that out later. But he was so funny because he's like, I love it that you talk about stuff that I've never heard of. And just as I go to Google, I hear Katie say, I got to Google that. Like, so I just wait for Katie to tell me to. He does it like a Simon Says. Katie says, Google this. Al's talking about shit no one's ever heard of.
We should have
Again.
We should have some kind of thing for people that are just listening and can't see it and just put Googling now and like have it be like
Waiting, like a little clock
yeah,
that times
exactly.
out.
Like a little ticker at the bottom.
now,
Katie's
Morgan,
Googling. Don't, just
before
wait.
we move on, I did just let's take a little survey. Now, you have an iPhone, so I'm
do.
assuming music is on that.
I have music on my
Okay,
iPhone.
though you've never checked anywhere, you've got music on your fucking phone.
I do.
So now let's go through. Now, just give me a little brief, like the top 5. Who are your top 5 people you listen to?
Morgan Page.
No idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me neither. Okay, so now we're even.
I don't know. That new song "Blurred Lines" is like on the top of my playlist right now.
Mine too.
Robin Thicke.
No.
It's really
Oh, the
fun.
rapey song.
Okay.
The rapey song, yeah.
Okay, got-
What are you song?
Oh well, everybody's all over. It's all over CNN right now that these songs.
Maybe that's where I just heard it.
No.
Yeah. And they're
Blurred Lines.
Blurred Lines, and they're saying because girl, you know you want it, like it's like a date rape song. Of
Oh,
like, this
subliminal?
whole thing of like
What?
telling a girl like, stop saying no. You know you want this.
You mean yes?
So they had a big thing on
okay.
CNN, and I wanted to help them. Like God, they didn't have my like encyclopedia of stupid knowledge. So they had the bald guy. He's some kind of Middle Eastern with an accent, very conservative, kind of a douche. And he's trying to take the thing of like it's a fantasy song. Like this is a guy's fantasy. It's not songs to be raped by. And he's trying to bring
That's the
up
album title. Songs to be raped by.
So he's like,
you can get it on K-Tel for
Exactly.
$19.95.
He's like, and there's the other song. He's like, there's the song that you hear at Christmas about being cold and the girl wants
Silver
to leave.
Bells?
No, and I'm like, he means baby, it's
Jingle
cold
bells?
outside.
Really? He's trying to equate the
Man.
two?
No, but, and what I wanted to back him up with is that there are a lot of people that object to that song every single year as a girl trying to leave and a guy won't let her. He keeps giving her drinks and getting her drunk.
Never
Why are
heard
people
that.
so uptight?
And they called it the date rape Christmas song. And so I've been singing it for years. I love that song.
Sure,
and then
yeah.
one day I listened to it from the point of view of like, this girl's trying to leave. And he keeps slipping her drinks.
Oh my God. Well, she says, like, I'm ready to go, baby, it's cold. Oh my God.
It's a date rape song. So they were.
How do you feel now?
Christmas will
Blurred
never,
Lines by Robin
Christmas
Thicke.
will never be the same.
So it
OMG. Well, I feel like I have to do that.
right on board. What do I use the bell for? So I just had to laugh.
Whenever you think you say something
asked
super funny,
that.
use the bell.
No,
Right.
no, I asked
This
that
guy
because
was
I
trying
got
to make a
it
valid point, but he didn't know like
You
the
did it
name of the
perfectly.
song or the reference or that. There's a lot of groups out there that object to that song.
I've never heard that.
I haven't either.
But you know what that makes me think of?
Well, I heard it last year because I sing it everywhere. I force people to listen to that Vanessa Williams Christmas album.
I
So
know
I
it's-
will stop you dead to make
I
you
know
listen
it's
to
July
Vanessa Williams
4th,
sing
but
it.
we're listening to this
Exactly.
song,
You're
goddammit.
gonna love it.
No, it's half Christmas today. It's
Oh, it
Today's
is?
the day?
today's
Oh,
the
is it
day.
half
So you have 6
Christmas?
months to buy me my present.
Okay, go.
Oh my God, we have brownies
Choose
to
wisely.
celebrate?
Yeah, we have brownies. What you,
Are these last week's brownies?
They've been in the freezer, but I checked them
Okay.
out hours ago. What you telling the story in regards to the way that song goes? Then you said you stopped and re-listened to it. The first thing I thought of was Modern Family. She's a dancer from.
Right.
Oh my
Oh,
God, I
God.
taught that to Lily this morning.
She's not a hooker. She's a dancer. A dancer for.
Oh God.
That is perfect.
I have not seen it, but I get the
Oh,
reference.
it is
I taught that to Lily.
funny. I taught that to Lily.
Okay,
Oh my
so
God.
what other? Oh, what's happening?
Oh my God.
Are you playing music? Turn it off. We're gonna have to pay for it.
We can't have music.
Oh my God.
No
Because
music.
we have no
music.
budget. We have
So
no
now,
budget.
so you named two.
So Eric Church also, he's a country singer. Though.
Yeah,
I
totally.
Like, yeah. Eric Church and Luke Bryan, and I'm going to see Florida Georgia Line.
Okay,
I went and saw Taylor Swift.
We call her.
It was so great.
Okay, by the way, seriously.
Well, we found our first Taylor Swift fan.
Right now. There's no two ways about it.
So much enthusiasm.
This is easy.
Morgan, welcome to Where Dreams Die.
There's
How
that.
fun is this?
Childish
Okay.
optimism.
So you're going to see Florida Gators what?
Oh no, Florida Georgia Line.
Florida
Sorry, I'm
Georgia
not talking
Line.
into this
I don't know
thing.
who that is.
Well, good. We made her
Is
feel
it
young and we
country?
feel old. It's a nice
country.
combination.
Okay.
Yes.
I listen to country.
and-
I've just not heard
Yeah,
that.
they play it at the Cash.
Okay. That's why I haven't heard of it.
Come on.
There's that.
Come on.
I don't even know where the cash is.
I understand.
Holy
Food
God.
City. I don't know.
Food City. I know where that is.
Yeah.
I don't even go to gay bars, let alone their subsidiaries. You know what I mean?
The subsidiary.
Offshoot. No.
Jesus Christ. Too soon.
I don't really know. I listen to everything.
Okay.
That's good stuff, though.
Yeah.
Well, you
Wow.
listen to everything but the 80s.
Now, if you were to now,
90s.
now again,
Okay.
we'll go with the other one. So now, if like I know what I think of when I think of classical, or not classical, but like classic rock or older music. To me, I mean, I would go even into the 60s. I mean, doo-wop is the 50s, but 60s and some into the early 70s. You get your your AOR rock and stuff. So if you were to think, if you're like, oh, I'm listening to something oldies. What do you think would be oldies?
So Led Zeppelin, I mean,
Okay.
classic rock, like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And the Beach Boys, classic, right?
okay.
I mean, my favorite radio station on Pandora is called Sublime Radio. If you haven't listened to it, it's unreal. I mean, it really combines like 90s kind of like reggae stuff with like Led Zeppelin, and
Oh, that sounds fun.
I wish I could rattle off some more names like that my dad used to listen to, but it's like my dad's music.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
very
I
good.
would probably
Very good.
love it.
I think
Yeah.
that's fair. Very nice.
So
Very good.
Later we'll get into classic television because Al likes to go through that.
I know.
again,
but
which I'm not going to be able to help you out with.
No.
All righty. It is 7:22. It's the show on Q Talk America. We are going to come back with headlines in just a few moments. Right here with Morgan, Marnie, Al, and me.
You're listening to Q Talk America.
Are you as excited and maybe even nervous as we are about the upcoming decisions that will be handed down by the Supreme Court of the United States later this month? Hello, everyone. I'm Randall White, host of Equality Radio here on Q Talk America, in anticipation of what will surely be a historic day. The staff here at Equality Radio is hard at work putting together expert guests, background information, and legal analysis for a solid day of live coverage. We are greatly expanding our show that day to fit the occasion, and we want to be sure you have a forum to express your thoughts as history unfolds around us. There may be no other day more important in LGBT history than what's about to happen. Equality Radio on Q Talk America will be here for you on that day.
This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
I had like 3 fast headlines.
All right, here we go with a little bit of headlines on a Tuesday night. It's Q Talk America. You're with the show with Clayton McKee. Let's see if we can pull this shit off. A couple faces a fine over a bird feeder.
You can't stop me if I want to have sex with a goat.
DUI suspect quotes both Bogart and Sinatra.
There's dancing on the pier.
A woman's breast implant explodes after playing video games for 4 hours.
You want a spooged on dress?
And a man rips off part of his penis after taking a hallucinogenic mushrooms. These and more titillating stories.
Oh.
Right now on Q Talk America. Oh, heaven's sakes alive.
Yeah.
Well, there's so much to cover. I mean, and I have another little thing on a local celebrity here in town. It's
yes.
getting some press coverage, which I like. Well, let's go across the ocean to China.
That ocean.
Oh. that one.
A Chinese woman's breast implant exploded after playing a game of Dragon Summon on her iPhone while lying on her stomach for 4 hours.
Oh.
According to a report, she was taken to the hospital after experiencing pain in her chest while playing the game in bed. Doctors say that the low-quality implant combined with the pressure of laying face down for an extended...
On a low-quality mattress.
It may have just been a bamboo wig. I don't know. Racism.
Intentional.
Lowered expectations.
Doctors say a low-quality implant combined with the pressure of laying face down for an extended period of time caused the rupture or the rapture. No information has provided as to whether her implant was replaced, but she initially received the implants to raise her self-esteem. On the brighter side, the woman may have achieved a personal high score in Dragon Summon.
They're calling it Boob Apocalypse now.
I love that she had her self-esteem raised to lay face down on her bed playing a video game for 4 hours.
$20 is $20.
Yeah.
I have it. That's true. So now, if you want to have sex with a goat,
Oh, bad idea.
why would you want to?
Again, I don't even want to touch your gut. Why the hell would I want to fuck it?
You just leave my goat out of this right now.
just a kid. Leave it alone.
Just a kid.
That's very cute.
Thank you. I'm good.
That's good.
Mark Martinez, back on board.
Okay.
I was just saying the name of his musical.
I understand.
Completely non sequitur.
Oh.
And scene.
He doesn't tune into later.
Well,
if at all.
Well, there you have it.
There's that.
So apparently it's a constitutional right,
Sure.
Of course.
according to someone in Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Waukesha!
I have to tell you, we come up with things from Wisconsin and Florida all the time.
Because that's where most of the fucked up people are,
Is
Morgan.
it always Waukesha?
No,
No.
just Wisconsin.
Just Wisconsin.
Wisconsin and Florida are two of the most fucked up places that I'm not kidding. Like you
We've
you
lost
put
all
in
listeners.
crazy stories from,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden Florida, like it's a bam.
Right.
That's the
Texas
villain.
gets a minute, but
Wasn't
minute.
Florida where the world sank in?
Yeah.
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 Maybe not the world, but the guy in the
The-
bed.
yeah.
And that was where bath salts
And,
really got a big
that's right.
uprising
Oh
right there.
my Guy ate the face off that
Right.
other guy. What? There was another.
Oh, and then it turns out, did you hear that the drug, I don't know why it took so long to get the drug test back, that he was not on, like, he was on, like, nothing.
Oh, no, I don't know anything about
Yeah, but
that.
I thought bath salts didn't show up.
No, but some of the components do.
Oh, if
So,
you test for it
yeah,
or
like
whatever.
it turns out that he was really
He was
on
just kinda
nothing.
really-
He was hungry.
Crazy. Well, there's that.
I'd like to order the nose for $3.95.
Comes with a baguette and a summer salad.
Do I get a cheek with that? Thank you.
$3.95. Go ahead.
So this gentleman was sitting in a bar in Waukesha, Wisconsin, because that's
what you do.
Waukeshians.
Oh, nicely played.
Very nice.
Waukeshians, I believe.
Got it.
That's really what they do. They sit in a bar and they talk about fucking goats. I don't mean
Wow.
fucking goats.
Yeah,
I mean fucking goats.
Right.
Wow.
You can love your
Right.
pets, just don't love
Exactly.
your pets.
Exactly. So this gentleman,
Need a
Keith
towel.
Orris, Sean Keith Orris, which when you give all three names, isn't that a serial killer?
SKO.
Sean Keith Orris.
Sean Keith Orris. I think that's kind of a serial killer.
Could be.
Anyway, he believes constitutionally on human on goat sex. He's 41.
Jesus.
And he believed that he could do this so much so that he kept telling everyone and like goading them.
Oh, that's good, Marn.
Okay.
Thanks much.
We gotta-
Good.
Be here all this week.
Might be.
Anyway, he got the shit kicked out of him. Basically, they call it
By the
they
goat?
Call it by everybody.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, they call it by the goat herders. They call it battered and bloodied in here, but shit kicked out of him.
Oh.
Anyway, so he was hammered and. He's gonna go get a knife.
He's got a date, so he leaves. I don't know.
With his
Right.
Anyway, so he leaves. He goes and he gets his knife because he's gonna come back and prove it's constitutionally his right to have sex with a goat with a knife.
Okay. No.
And he comes back and the cops arrest him because they had to call him. They had to call the cops. Pocket knife, and they take him to the hospital because he's battered and bloodied. And the whole way he's screaming that it's his constitutional right to have sex with a goat. It's my constitutional right. And then I guess he just laughed hysterically. I'm thinking it's not the beer they serve in Waukesha, Wisconsin that he was on.
Okay.
I think that there was some
brownies? He had some brownies?
Maybe Laura was in Waukesha,
Could've
Wisconsin. We're not
been.
sure. And they were laced.
No.
Anyway,
Shocking.
but it is shocking. Anyway, he isn't the only one who has allegedly espoused bestiality as a constitutional right. There was, and I believe we had talked about this, that Carlos Romero, that it was his constitutional right to have sex with his miniature donkey, Doodle.
Donkey Doodle.
Donkey doodle doodle dandy, la 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 la.
And
la.
that honestly is.
There you have it.
That's what the guy who they keep sending me to his page. He's like a famous doodler or something. I don't know what the hell is going on in Google.
That was kind of funny.
I always wonder when there's like weird stories like this. I wonder if people in other countries do this as like a hobby. Like they eat weird shit in other countries, right?
Sure.
Like, do they have sex with goats in other countries and it's normal, or?
I'm thinking.
I don't think it's ever normal, but
I don't think it's normal, right? Is it
probably
accepted?
done, right?
Accepted.
Is it
Yeah.
accepted?
Well,
there are
months
different-
ago when we were in the old studios, there was a
question.
story of. I want to say it was a boy, meaning like an 18 or somewhere, that a younger guy who apparently had sex with a cow, and they made the village
and they
made him
killed
marry
the-
it.
Yeah, they had to marry the cow, but
that's
then
right.
then they killed the
it.
cow.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Because he remember?
Yeah, no. I
yeah.
remember that, but I'm trying to think of where it was.
Oh, over like in some
India.
Yeah, some
Oh my
yeah,
God, tell
right.
me.
Which would make
I
it a problem.
don't think it was India because they wouldn't have killed
that
the cow.
would make it a problem. That's
No,
what
but
I'm
somewhere.
saying. There's
No,
something
it
about
wasn't India. But
Google boy has sex marries cow. Do something like that. Morgan, get on that.
Got it. I'm
I'm
on
gonna
it.
Google that. I'm not. I'm just
No,
saying.
I'm just saying.
Delete George
That's
Michael.
funny.
Delete George Michael. Strange
Put him
man
in
in a strange land.
He used to live here. Okay, well, so Marnie, are you?
Oh, you can't be
you're
less
done. You're done
You can't be
goading us
more
with
done.
that.
I'm done.
There's
I'm
that.
not kidding you.
Well, I think we're going to stay in that neck of the woods. Let's go to Columbus, Ohio. A naked man was found bloody and screaming after he ripped off part of his own penis during a drug-fueled craze. The 41-year-old Columbus, Ohio native, whose name has not been released, was found about 1 a.m. on June 18th after Washtenaw County Sheriff's deputies responded to an alarm set off by a broken window at Ypsilanti Middle School in Ypsilanti, Michigan. According to the Detroit Free Press, once they arrived, they said they found a man kneeling outside the school naked and bloody from the waist down with a portion of his genitals ripped off.
Which part?
Well,
Ow.
investigators say he admitted to taking air quote, magic mushrooms before flipping out and trying to claw off his own junk and scrotum. According to the Columbus Dispatch, it took at least 6 officers to subdue him, the report notes. Now, after they got him subdued, parts of his body were transferred along with him to the hospital. Now, my favorite part is I found a news reporter who dared ask the police commissioner about this. So take a listen to how she interviews the police officer about how this went down.
What had he done to himself?
So not really sure how, but he had mutilated himself. So there was self-mutilation to his genital area. I'm not sure exactly what happened or how he did it, but there was definitely, like I said, there was a lot of blood everywhere. He had mutilated himself in his genitals.
Were they able to recover some of the parts?
I don't. Yes, I believe they did. I'm not sure exactly what. I mean, that would really be the medical personnel of like what they actually recovered.
Now that's a straight guy that wants to pretend he doesn't know the real names for anything.
Right.
But when she
It was the
asked-
shaft,
when
ma'am. It was the shaft.
when the follow-up question and she's like, well, did they find all the parts? I just lost it laughing at
That's
home.
fantastic.
That was fantastic, funny. But apparently he
The muffler was right there.
yeah.
What are they gonna do? Sew it back on?
But well, apparently
Well-
they did a temporary reconstructive
They
surgery.
can.
Yeah.
It's,
If they get it, there was a back in the day. Just if may I just. There was remember the first ever successful thing? There was a kiddo in
Bobbit? You're not about Bobbit, are you?
No, I'm not talking about the penile.
Oh.
I mean, in general, just the first successful. We can put that back on. There was a kid in North Dakota whose arm went into a tractor, or something,
right.
right?
Yeah.
And it was like it was his arm or his hand, something. And as long as somebody thought fast, put it on ice, did this, did that, the other, and then they got it back there and they were able to put it back on.
I have a little bit more sympathy for a kid who's, but like if you do it to yourself, there are consequences for your actions.
And you are
It should
doing
not get
shrooms
sewn
wrong.
back on.
I've only
Yeah.
done shrooms twice, but it was 2 of the hardest times I've ever laughed in my life.
Right?
Never.
You're not ripping
took
up your
something
shit.
No.
No.
But in a strange, weird note, to bring it back to Niagara Falls, like we haven't done in a while. So down at the Giacomo, there's a pizza place called Ventri's Pizza that delivers to the Giacomo. promo, and it's John Wayne Bobbitt and his brother that own it. And so occasionally John Wayne Bobbitt delivers your pizza.
Do you know who that is?
Nope.
He had his
Lorena
penis.
Bobbitt?
She chopped off his penis while he was sleeping and threw it in a field. Threw it in a field.
You're kidding.
Opened up that
But they
window
found it
just-
and sewed it back on, and he made a porno movie. So
Oh my ew.
yeah,
Oh my god.
It was called Scarface.
that was weird.
Just
I
kidding.
would say Racerhead, but
I'm gonna go rent it.
Just kidding.
Well, putting a final tip on this story.
a missing tip. Yeah.
Right.
That was true.
Apparently, the man, when they found the man screaming in pain and jabbing at his junk, he was very close to death from bleeding out. In terms of vital signs, they were very low, as close as you could go without actually being dead. I assume that it could only be caused from the blood loss, shock, and trauma to the body. The man remains hospitalized as of Monday, still recovering from his injuries. He declined to discuss the details of his treatment with the Ypsilanti Township resident Brandon Simmons, 30, who often cuts through the schoolyard while talking to. They ran that together. Anyway, apparently the guy who walked through the schoolyard said, "I don't even know what to say. It sounds painful." He says, "Is he still alive? My prayers go out to him, and I hope he's going to make it." Wow, I'm just at a loss for words. It just makes you cringe. It just makes you cringe.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's that.
That's unacceptable.
Moving on.
Well, and how do you?
Back to you, Marnie.
I need Tums.
Yeah.
That's a little difficult. Anyway, share
Share.
news.
Share?
Share news.
Oh.
We do like the share news.
'Kay.
You know who Cher is, correct?
I know who she is.
Just me.
You know who her son is?
Music?
Yep, I know some of it.
Okay.
When I was
do you
little,
know
I
who
used to
her one of her sons are? She
No.
has two.
She has two.
Oh, I forgot she has two.
No.
No.
Do you know who her daughter is?
Nope.
Good, because she
Good.
doesn't have one anymore.
Oh.
Had a sex reassignment surgery. Chaz Bono.
Oh.
Chastity became Chaz.
Yeah.
Gained about
Go
150
ahead
pounds.
and then
Lost.
lost.
Yes.
Is on the
Yeah.
on the downside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Share. Do share.
And I will.
All right.
Headlines: New York City's Pride Dance on the Pier. She's going to be doing the Pride Dance on the Pier.
Oh, that's right. That's
I
right.
thought how fun. I mean, just
Okay.
kind of a crazy time. Now, have you guys ever been to a Cher concert?
No.
I'm gonna assume no, because she retired. Yeah, maybe not.
I've been to two of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many?
I
really?
went. I went to one way.
Was that the one at in Las Vegas? You said
No, it was like in the 80s. It
Okay.
was when she was coming back with just like Jesse James and
How many songs did she sing?
like 5.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
It was
fantastic.
a
'Cause she
terrible.
had-
I never went again. It was
right
such a terrible
before
concert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She
I
was
agree with the same
diagnosed
thing.
with Epstein-Barr. It
Oh,
was
she was
right
exhausted.
before. And
Epstein-Barr.
Epstein-Barr, like you're just fucking tired. Like
Yeah.
you get done, you're
They
going
used to call it the preppy flu.
right. And
The
it was
yuppie flu. I'm
Yuppie
sorry,
flu.
yuppie flu.
I saw her at the same time, and I was like, "Are you kidding?"
and
Came
we-
out costume changes.
We will do a whole show one day on Cher's pioneering in the medical field. So many things are because of
So
Cher.
many things.
But
I enjoy
Epstein-Barr
that.
she was one of the people that they found out what was wrong with her and they named it.
That's very interesting. Yeah, it was. But I was pissed because there was a lot of money for that concert at the time. Now it's a
with
drop
our
in the
concert,
bucket,
she just
but-
didn't have enough hit songs to make a whole concert. So she only had like 10 songs. Honestly, she only had like
seriously?
10 hits. And then the rest was movie clips, and it was right after Moonstruck had come
That's
out.
exactly
Her-
what she did at the finale when I took Mom. It's the same thing she did.
Her
78 costume changes, but 10
Yes.
songs and a bunch of fucking video montages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Of her and Sonny and
Right.
Chastity.
Right, and it was annoying.
It was the Heart of Stone tour, and she didn't sing Heart of Stone.
Oh.
I mean, it was that kind of
Oh, I
thing.
think that's the tour I
that's
saw, the
not
Heart
yeah,
of Stone
Heart
tour.
of Stone
Yeah.
tour, and it was like, and then apparently, well, this is an aside, but the Just Like Jesse James was like her biggest hit off that album. She hates that song.
Oh, so do I. But I sing along every
Hates it.
time.
I know, me too.
It's a terrible, terrible
Woo,
song.
yeah.
Well, because it's got an engine. Doesn't it say something like it's got a really derogatory?
Oh, I don't
There's a
know.
really derogatory.
Oh, listen.
It's date rapey. That's all I can say.
Well,
What songs aren't these days?
yeah, apparently.
Turns out everything's a date rape
She's
song.
trendy.
Right.
Anyway, so there's this Dance on the Pier. It's been around for 27 years. And she is going to be going out there and performing for them because she has a new album coming out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you all know this?
I did.
I did.
Okay.
Because it's in
Sure
Woman's
does.
World is the single.
Woman's World.
Woman's World's the single.
So I am, to go all over the map here, I'm a fan of The Voice.
And she did it on The
Oh,
Voice.
Did you?
right.
I
Oh, I
love.
didn't see it.
Okay, do you, do you have
Apparently
it like DVR'd or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
finale, right?
So we can't give up who won. You don't
No,
want
I
me to
do
do
know
that?
who won. Danielle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so apparently if anyone else has...
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry about it.
No.
Okay.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so, but she came out and sang.
Right.
And did you guys see it then?
I've only seen pictures. I heard that she sounded great, looked like hell.
Looked like hell, lip synced.
Oh, okay, didn't realize that. I didn't see it.
And maybe I'm wrong, but if you watch it, just see, because I was
She
the
always
whole
lip
time.
syncs.
She had to have been.
Yeah, she always.
Yeah.
She's like Madonna.
And-
she doesn't sing live.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just
okay.
for the comfort and safety of everyone around her,
Right.
Cher hasn't
For the
sang live.
comfort and safety.
Well, the Cher show.
with this, so this it's June 30th, so it'll be next Sunday that she's going to be performing, and how exciting! I think that would be so much fun. This Woman's World, I'm going to have to hear it again, I guess, because wasn't a fan. Didn't initially hear it and go, oh, that gets me, but I think part of it was how old is Cher now?
Ooh, you looked this up recently. 60.
She's almost 70.
67?
Almost 70?
If not 70.
Okay.
Almost 70.
And so I
Tell
have
us,
to
Morgan,
be.
tell us.
I say go for it, do whatever. But there was something about it where at first I went, wait a minute, this does not connect. It doesn't compute for me. And then she was. I don't know about the looking like shit completely, because she was kind of dancing along with them, and if you can still do all that, I say go for it.
Oh, and that's the problem. She moves.
Go
She
for
just
it.
she just does not, and she's got a
Right.
lovely voice. There's no.
She really does.
They auto tune her now for some reason, but she doesn't need it. She's got. And if you think it's easy,
I can't
try
even
singing
imagine.
a fucking Cher song. She's got a woman's
Yeah.
got a range.
She really does.
Well,
But it
her
was-
mom still sounds good too.
Right.
What you guys are saying, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Her
I just
mom
thought it was.
sings too?
Well, yeah, she tried.
Yeah, she was a
She was kind of a
Hollywood
wannabe.
star back in the day, and then she sidelined her career to have kids, and now at 85 or whatever held she is, she's doing. She released her first album.
It'll be interesting to hear that album though, because Lady Gaga and Pink are also supposedly on it. with her.
Gaga has been missing from the scene for a long time.
Because she's
Too
been
long.
with Cher, honey. 'Cause she's been with Cher.
And sick. And something's wrong with her too.
Well,
Cher
she
is
broke her hip.
67.
67.
She's 6 but
Thank you.
Gaga broke her hip or had to have a hip replacement.
What?
Yeah, no, she
Yeah.
was really ill.
Well played.
Something really bad
didn't-
happened.
Okay, you listen, 23-year-old, keep up with your social media. Gaga had some sort of I think she had a hip replacement because something happened with her hip joint. I don't know if she fell and broke. I don't know what it was. Google that.
Isn't that something that grandma happens
Well,
to?
yes,
Like a hip replacement.
But it can also happen to somebody who has
Well-
my friend Ricky Johns, who worked at Winks for
Yeah.
years. I realize you have no idea what I'm talking about. A bar that I worked at, Rick Johns all of a sudden started having pain and had to have like a big section of his hip cut out.
Oh,
Yeah,
and had a whole,
sometimes it's dancing from. Look in the chat room.
oh, what?
Sometimes
It's from
dancing.
It's dancing and
Oh
like
my God.
poor alignment or all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Oh.
good sense.
But there is something medically wrong with her. I can't remember what it is, but because she put on weight from like not being able to like move like she should have, and then something came up that she was ill.
Okay.
And then I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I say
She's
I
on that
say
list
good
of people
on
that
them.
I kind of just keep on the periphery. Like I don't care enough to tune all the way in.
I think she's pretty fascinating.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I just
She's
but
I
fabulous.
think
yeah.
she's pretty fascinating. But I didn't realize that. I mean, I don't keep up with her.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, it's one of those things where, like, if she died, I would turn the volume up. But up until then, I'm like, all right, she's still going. Like,
Sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the only song I really liked by her a lot was the one that she ripped straight up from Madonna. So,
Which is very funny how Madonna did that at her concert. And you're like, I've heard this before. Oh, from you. That's
Yeah.
right. But yeah, so it was very interesting. Very interesting. And I digress. Sir.
Yes. Oh, now back to me. Got it.
That went way further than I thought with four
Yeah.
lines.
It's quite all right. It's quite all right.
Jesus.
I want to give a little shout. Well, we'll do that in a minute about to our local celebrity. Let's go to Tyrone, Pennsylvania. Police say a 78-year-old Central Pennsylvania man was doing things, quote, his way when they charged him with drunken driving following a fender bender in a parking lot. The Altoona Mirror reports that Herbert Goss of Tyrone would quote only famous lines from Humphrey Bogart and Frank Sinatra when they responded to the wreck about 10 p.m. on June 18th. When Tyrone officer Barry Fry tried to question Goss, the suspect allegedly recited Bogart's famous line from Casablanca saying, of all the gin joints and all the towns and all the world.
he walked into this one.
Police say Goss segued into Sinatra's My Way once it became clear he was in trouble, saying, and now the end is near, and so I face the
Paul Anka's
final...
Canadian, but he'll still sue you.
Goss says he plans to fight the charges and isn't guilty. He also has a preliminary hearing on August 6th. It is not currently clear whether he has representation.
Now, one night, when back but years ago when Renee was still drinking, we spent a night at BS West, and we never said anything that wasn't a line from Moonstruck. Like we
No.
were able to carry on an entire conversation without ever
Volleying back and forth.
Yeah, not saying, but like actually talking to each other.
Right.
Without ever not using a line from Moonstruck. And it got funnier and funnier to see how long we could do it.
That is funny.
And we were drunk enough to make it made sense till the bitter end.
Got it. Marn?
I'm loving the fact that an elephant came on stage for Harrison with Cher. That has to be with
yeah.
Cher, yeah?
Obviously, the
remember.
horse died
real
from half
elephant?
breed.
I know. Huh?
A real elephant.
A real elephant.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was a 2000 concert, something like that, maybe a little bit after.
Well, the concert I saw, they had a big fake elephant that was all like a big puppet thing that they had.
Because it was like trapeze kind of
Yes,
stuff and all of that. Okay.
yes.
I
I just remember the horse from Half Breed, and I was in love, and I wanted to recreate that at the Halloween drag show. That was always my first idea, was the headdress, a horse, but first you'd have to like get me to like expose any part of my body, which was never
Which isn't
going to
happen at all.
And then second, get me on or near a horse.
yeah.
We're actually get a horse near
there.
you.
I've been on a
there.
horse a couple times. They do bite. They're mean animals.
No, they are
I-
not mean.
They bite.
I'm scared of them.
We had them all the time back home.
I'm scared of
Not
them.
mean.
I don't want
They're too
to.
fucking
I don't
big.
want to die on a horse, and I don't want to drown.
Yeah.
Those are my two I don't want to die that way things. And so I was on a horse in Mazatlan, and that fucker backed into the ocean. And I swear to God, and the
Two
whole
for
time,
one, two for one.
and I've never ridden a horse. Like before that, I'm little, but not. And so I'm kicking it. And I'm like, andale, the Mexican horse.
Yeah.
And anyway, yeah, it didn't work. It was almost like,
Yeah.
you're
I
not
rode
winning,
one once,
you're
and the
trying
guy-
to kill me, you little
The
bastard.
guy could tell I was terrified. He's like, this thing is as docile as a dead goat. You're going to be okay. And I was seriously like an hour and a half behind the rest of the people
Yeah.
riding
Yeah.
because this horse barely moved.
It was terrifying.
They just took the pole out of the middle of it,
Quit putting quarters in it. It was fine.
That's awesome. So,
Motherfuck. I hate this goddamn video feed. We've
I
crashed and burned on the video feed, which means it's not recording. I fucking hate this video thing. I'm just letting you know that now in the video feed. So if you're not be able to see us, I'm going to reboot the computer. We'll try it again, but you all keep talking.
All right. Who's dad?
I think it's her dad.
No.
Oh.
Is it?
I think your
I don't
dad,
know.
because your dad's supposed to come in and guest bartend for us at some point.
Missing
Oh,
dead,
my
so we're going to
God.
go with yours.
Oh my god. Yeah.
that's a really good call. I'll high five on that one.